Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. Dozens of Obama administration officials visited Montgomery County recently for a special summit with more than 300 Latino residents and several of our elected leaders. It's all part of a White House initiative to engage the community. Iris Argueta has the story.
We want to work with you.
It's the White House Hispanic Action Summit, a way for senior Obama administration officials to connect with Hispanic community members and local state elected leaders. The goal? To discuss issues that are critical to the Hispanic community and the nation.
We needed to get out of Washington, D.C. We needed to go beyond the Beltway, to take action, to work with you and have constructive dialogues that identify solutions.
Your voice in government must be louder and stronger, and that's what today is about.
It's also a recognition by the White House, I think, that they need to do a better job of reaching out to our community.
The summit took place at Blair High School in Silver Spring. Organizers used breakout sessions to engage local leaders to share concerns about immigration, jobs, the economy, education, and healthcare, so the federal government can be more responsive to the community's needs.
I'm glad the federal government, at least this part of the federal government, is taking this issue seriously.
Montgomery County Council Vice President Nancy Navarro, who's also a member of the White House Commission on Educational Excellence for Hispanics, organized the summit and convinced the White House to have the event in the county, since the Hispanic population has more than doubled in the region.
And so it is, I think, a major statement for the White House and for this president to take the show on the road, to listen to the average citizen.
More than 27 summits have already been held in cities across the nation. The White House says the summits have already established dozens of partnerships and have helped expanded access to nutrition programs, since more than 1 in 4 Latino families around the country suffers from hunger. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is already working with local food pantries that service Latino residents,
so that moms who are pregnant and have young kids know about WIC, so that families who are falling in hard times are able to benefit.
Latino residents just hope the summit can bring about the policy changes that bring solutions to their community. For County Report this week, Iris Argueta.
Local and state officials also took advantage of the White House Hispanic Action Summit to praise President Obama for his recent executive order to allow young undocumented students to remain in the U.S. without fear of deportation. County and state leaders hope the president's order encourages voters to pass the DREAM Act referendum in Maryland. The law would give in-state college tuition rates to undocumented students who graduated from Maryland high schools.
Young people who were born in this country or who were brought here at an early age through no fault of their own are U.S. citizens and have the right and deserve the right to stay. And I think that moves us a long way in the direction of passing the DREAM Act here in the state of Maryland.
Well, this is an important step, but it is only a small step. I think the president recognized that. It's important to people to make sure that they don't have to wake up with the fear of being deported, these students. However, what we ultimately need is some kind of comprehensive immigration reform.
On the heels of last week's Shaping Our Future, Adapting to Change session on transportation, Council President Roger Berliner has come out strong in his position on acquiring funding for bus rapid transit. Mr. Berliner says if Montgomery County is not able to secure funding from the state and federal government for the project, the county should consider funding the project itself.
From my perspective, transit is our #1 priority in our county. It's our #1 economic development issue. It's our #1 quality of life issue. It's our #1 land use issue. It's our #1 environmental issue. And we've been wringing our hands for a long time. And my own view is that while federal government help would be wonderful, state government help would be wonderful, we cannot be dependent on either the state or the federal government. We should, to the extent we can, control our own destiny. So to the extent to which we believe, as I do, that rapid transit is so fundamental to our county's future, we ought to take this on and invite the state to help us, invite the feds to the extent there's federal help to help us, but not be dependent on their help. Be prepared to go it alone if that's what it takes to get the job done. We are blessed in this county to have the ability to do big things when we are called upon to do them. And I, for one, believe this is one of those times.
Councilmember Phil Andrews says he wants the county to expand its hiring of folks with disabilities. Recently, the council passed legislation that provides a hiring preference to veterans and those with disabilities who rank among the highest in the group of applicants. However, Mr. Andrews says the current merit system is inflexible and impedes the county's ability to hire those with disabilities directly into certain positions.
Under our current charter, we cannot do what the federal government does. So we need to amend the charter to give the county the ability to establish by legislation a system where we can bring people with significant disabilities who are qualified for the positions into jobs that will serve the public. And so this is the logical next step.
In other news, council members received an update from County Health Officer Alder Tillman on the general status of the overall health of Montgomery County. Among the topics council members heard about, access to programs like Montgomery Cares, emergency preparedness, and teen pregnancy.
For emergency preparedness, which is also has a unit in public health in the Department of Health and Human Services, we have focused on 3 areas with our federal funding. One is in terms of outreach to vulnerable populations, Plan 9, which advises and recommends to people what they should have at the ready if they have to shelter in place or if they have to evacuate their home for whether it's natural disaster or man-made events.
Dr. Tillman also thanked the council for the additional funding in this year's budget for the Montgomery Cares program. This year, those clinics have served close to 30,000 uninsured low-income adults living in Montgomery County.
Last year was a somewhat atypical year in that the flu came to us later. It really did not hit our area until March to April, but we did manage before that time to give out some 11,395 doses of flu vaccine among our school clinics as well as our community clinics. We have successfully moved to an online appointment system to give people appointments to get their flu vaccine in the public sector. That's working very well for us.
Still to come on County Report this week, a gateway intersection into downtown Bethesda will soon have a new look. We'll tell you about it. And how Montgomery College and the correctional facility are working together to fight crime.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, we'll take you to the brand new Rockville Senior Center when County Report this week continues.
Welcome back to County Report this week. The Rockville Senior Center is known in the area as being a place in the community to have fun, learn, and exercise. And now with an expanded wing, the center will be catering to even more of the senior community. Our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has the story. Bridget?
That's right. This piece of equipment right here is just one example of how the new Rockville Senior Center fitness room was outfitted with equipment for seniors of any fitness level.
The 12,000 square foot newly renovated and expanded fitness area was officially opened at a ribbon cutting ceremony. The new space includes an exercise studio and a state-of-the-art fitness room. The 6-year project was funded through generous grants from the state of Maryland, the Department of Energy, and Rockville Seniors, Inc. Longtime Senior Center member and current Volunteer of the Year, Betty Briscoe, is excited with the completion of this project.
Unbelievable. I did not think it would ever happen in my time, and I'm thrilled to death that we accomplished this.
Betty and others like her will now have the chance to take advantage of the new exercise equipment, renovated lounges, as well as all of the amenities offered at the Senior Center. It's all part of the city's commitment to aging in place, encouraging seniors to stay healthy and active as they age. It's also the mission of Maryland's Secretary of Aging, Gloria Lala.
This expansion will mean a lot for this area because we are emphasizing diet and exercise to cut down on medications. So this is our formula for success. Seniors are living longer, much, much longer in larger numbers. And so we want them to live a healthy quality of life. This is a part of the whole scene. This helps us reach our goal.
It's just wonderful when I see how much people are not just enjoying this, but how wonderful it's going to be to improve the health of everybody who comes in here and does this thing. It's exciting to see people try out all the machines.
It's a wonderful feeling, a warm inside, a warm outside, a real achievement for the city of Rockville, for the senior center, for all of our seniors. It's a tremendous thing to have happened.
It's a wonderful place, very friendly, very welcoming, and they will find many good things that you will be glad to be able to do. So come and join us.
Come on over, exercise, keep that diet going, and we'll all live longer, happier, healthier lives.
For more information on the newly expanded Senior Center, go online to rockvillemd.gov/Senior Center. For Rockville's 11, I'm Bridget Breuer.
County police have solved a cold rape case, and they did it with the help of DNA evidence. Captain Paul Starks is here to tell us more about how they caught their man. Captain?
On March 3rd, 2003, 3rd District officers were called to the scene of a rape and sexual assault at about 1:30 in the morning on Daleview Drive. When they arrived there, the female victim claimed that she had been attacked by a male subject. Evidence was collected. Investigators tried their best, but weren't able to determine who her attacker was. In 2011, the state of Texas notified us that they had a subject in their correctional system that matched the DNA from the DNA that had been submitted from that case to a national database.
Is this frequent, that this is how we catch folks later on in future years through DNA? Is this becoming more and more prevalent in your police work?
It sure is. It's becoming increasingly a very handy tool. Today, David Martinez is in custody in Montgomery County on a no bond status, awaiting trial on kidnapping, sexual assault, and rape charges.
Okay, very good work. Thank you very much, Captain Paul Starks, Montgomery County Police. A recent ceremony celebrated an educational milestone for some inmates at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility. Here's the story.
I wanted to say congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2012.
The 6th annual graduation ceremony for the Model Learning Center recently took place at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility. Current Montgomery College student Jonathan Neal, who served time in the correctional facility years ago, spoke to the graduates.
I began to live the lifestyles of the newfound cultures because I let my circumstances, my proximity, and my skin color justify the reason I felt I belonged to these groups. Because I immersed myself in these different lifestyles, I started selling drugs, and I was arrested and charged with a felony count of distribution, which holds a maximum of 20-year sentence. Helping others with their social and personal problems will also help me in pursuing my AA degree. That's why I'm truly honored to speak here today, because this is my first opportunity not only to speak outside of my speech class, but to speak where I came from. I can't describe to you how honored I am to be a part of this, because I can help spread the good news of what comes along with a college education, and that means so much to me, so I thank you all for that.
The 6 graduates now have their Maryland high school diplomas through this program and its partnership with the Montgomery County Public School System. 3 of the graduates were awarded scholarships to Montgomery College in recognition of their outstanding performances in the program.
The college and the school do their part. It's up to the guys and what we can do for them to make them realize that that's the door for them to get where they want to be.
What now stands as a vacant lot as you drive into downtown Bethesda will soon be home to 360 apartments and a grocery store. The project, which has been approved by the Planning Board, will be a gateway site to one of the county's most popular and populous communities. Located at 8300 Wisconsin Avenue, the property is adjacent to the National Institutes of Health. The lot has been vacant for several years after earlier plans for 200 condos failed with the onset of the recession. Interim Planning Director Rose Krasno says this proposal will bring new life to this idle space.
What's really exciting, though, I think, is the grocery store, because the grocery store is going to be at the corner of Woodmont and Battery Lane, and it will really, you'll be able to come into the grocery store at the Woodmont level, and then you'll be able to go through the grocery store up to this public space where you can eat out. They'll have tables, and it should really be an activating use, and there's a lot of need for a grocery store in that area, so we're very excited that that's part of this plan.
The 9-story structure was approved with LEED certification, and it will also feature a public plaza, art, and a water feature. More than 12% of the units will be moderately priced, and plans call for a swimming pool and indoor community space.
And like I say, with the water element, I'm a big fan of water and public art, and I think that there will be a series of bridges. People will be able to walk on these bridges over water where they can look out at the expanse. It should be great fun.
Krasnow says planners worked on making the project pedestrian friendly and that eventually there are plans to put in a bike share station.
There was a big discussion about had they done enough on the northern ends of that building to make it clear that, hi, you're here. This is a gateway, and they convinced us that what they had really already would convey that sense of this is the entrance to Bethesda.
Planners expect developers to break ground in the spring of next year, with construction complete by 2015. Up next on County Report, we'll bring you a story on some Olympic hopefuls who live right here in Montgomery County. And we'll introduce you to a Montgomery County mom who has become a popular blogger for other parents. Keep it here on County Report this week. Welcome back. The Olympic Games in London are just a month away, and some local swimmers will go to Omaha, Nebraska to try and qualify for the Games. For one local swim club, this is nothing new, and it has even become a family affair. Sending swimmers to the Olympic trials is nothing new for the Rockville Montgomery Swim Club.
We have about a dozen kids going to the meet. Our club has been represented at trials every year since I think 1996, and I think prior to that, 80 and 84 also.
We're starting at the top, everybody.
The quality of coaching is important, but facilities in Montgomery County give these swimmers a leg up on the competition.
The quality of our swim centers is very, very nice. The availability is good. The kids can come to one site as opposed to with some other teams they have to split, where they go. So there's a convenience factor that really helps.
For the Meyer family of Bethesda, this year's Olympics have a special meaning. Mark Meyer and his brother Adam will go to the trials hoping to make the team. Both attend the U.S. Naval Academy and have trained together.
It's really nice to have someone to train with all the time, no matter where you are, you're gonna have the same training buddy, and him being family on top of that's just amazing.
It is also amazing that a third family member of the Myers gene pool will join the brothers at the trials in Omaha, Nebraska. Their sister, Charlotte.
I'm really excited for Olympic trials because I get to go with both my brothers, and my whole family is going to come out and watch, and it's my first time at Olympic trials, so I'm really excited.
It's a very unusual situation. I don't know that there'll be 3 siblings at the meet other than the Meyer family, and I hope they enjoy it because it's not going to happen again.
Since Mark and Adam have made big splashes in high school and college,
I've got all the high school records and he's got all the college records.
there isn't too much sibling rivalry, but there may be one bubbling to the surface between Mark and his sister Charlotte.
My parents are a little worried about me getting jealous of her because they think she's going to do better at the trials than I will. We'll see. We'll see.
The new White Oak Community Center is now open and ready for business. The 33,000 square foot community recreation center includes a gymnasium, exercise room, social hall, kitchen, senior community lounge, and plenty of other space for different activities. County officials say this new center is a win-win for the community.
We have a lot going on here. We have everything from our full catering teaching kitchen to our full-size social hall, which is a rentable space. It seats up to 200 people. We have a beautiful community room where the majority of our senior programs will take place. We have a complete gym. Our gym is beautiful, complete with windows, floor to ceiling, and we'll have open gym every day, as well as basketball leagues in the wintertime. All of our gyms are retrofitted for both volleyball and badminton, so there's truly something for everyone.
Keeping your kids busy in the summer when school's out can pose a challenge for local parents. Enter Jessica McFadden. She's the founder of the popular blog, A Parent in Silver Spring, which is a go-to guide for many Montgomery County moms and dads looking for fun activities and events. MCM's Sonia Burke reports.
I'm Sonia Burke in Silver Spring at the home of one of the most popular bloggers in Montgomery County.
My name is Jessica McFadden, and I started 4.5 years ago a website for Washington, D.C. area families called A Parent in Silver Spring.
The part-time blogger, who describes her main gig as parenting her 3 children, said her site was a hit from the beginning.
I was amazed by how quickly it took off. It has grown. I think I have about 50,000 unique web impressions a month, which is a lot, I think, for a local site, especially in this day and age when there's so many blogs.
If you haven't visited the site, here's a quick rundown.
On my website, you're going to find original articles about happenings in the community, activity options, maybe some new businesses that have come up that have great opportunities for kids. It's written in date order in a blog format, so you're going to find the latest article front of page.
So what are parents looking for today?
I think they're looking for ways to get out of the house and do something fun with their children, something interesting that they hadn't yet heard about. So I try and keep up with what's happening in the community.
Readers also turn to her for advice.
The biggest question I get is, how do I find a preschool, or how do I find a nanny or a daycare center?
She often rewards her readers with giveaways, such as free tickets to local performances.
Things are so expensive, and if you're parenting your children, whether you're a working parent or a stay-at-home parent, you really need to be as frugal as possible. So I figured, hey, I would love to get some free things or win something for free. And a lot of the local organizations and performing arts organizations are happy to give away a few tickets, and then the readers are happy to maybe win.
And what about her future?
I know that in 5 years I'll still be writing, and I hope I'm having as much fun as I am now.
In Silver Spring, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
When we come back, some young scientists get special recognition, and Kathy Stanhope will be here with our Pet of the Week when County Report This Week continues.
There's big news in Montgomery College athletics, starting with men's tennis. Single star Duck Park won the NJCAA Division III National Championship in Texas with an upset win over the top-seeded player in the country. And MC Women's Softball has big news too. Julie Hance was named to the All-Maryland JUCO first team. Hance, the team's top pitcher, was 5th in the state in strikeouts and also batted a robust .528. And turning to academic competition, the MC team won the Science Observations Award at the National Solar Spectrograph Competition in Montana. The engineering and physics students created a ground-based solar spectrograph designed to relate to a specific scientific mission. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. With the heat we've been experiencing recently, there's no denying summer is here. But one of the benefits of this warm weather is fresh vegetables and cut flowers available at the many farmers markets around the county. Here's Susan Stark with that story.
Whether you're looking for farm fresh flowers, fruits, vegetables, or even some baked goods, you can find it at one of Montgomery County's farmers markets.
Well, we've been coming for about 20 years, and we do the Wednesday and the Saturday market. And this market, it's a good market, and people appreciate having fresh produce. Especially in the last couple of years, they're trying to buy closer to home, and they're trying to buy local stuff, and they figured out it does have better taste, and they enjoy that, and they appreciate it.
Purchasing items locally benefits everyone in our community as a whole. Not only do you obtain the freshest, most flavorful produce possible, but you reduce the consumption of fossil fuels from transportation and help create and improve sustainable regional economics.
The people who live locally or work locally respond to it very well, very positively. It seems to be becoming more and more like that as the buy local, support your local economy movement grows. So it's always been very good for that, and this way some of these people I know as neighbors, as friends, and I can spend more time with them and give them lots of free advice.
And taste the difference. That's the main thing. Is we can pick it so much fresher and get it here. You know, it's picked a lot of times that morning or the day before, and yet the quality's better. It's just that's the bottom line of farmers markets. You get better quality.
For a list of Montgomery County's farmers markets, their locations, and the hours of operation, go to mygreenmontgomery.org. In our Pet of the Week segment this week, Kathy Stanhope has a pit bull named Emerald Rose who needs someone to adopt her into their home.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and we have a little love with us today. This is Emerald Rose, better known as Emmy. She is 1 1/4. She was given up by her previous owners because they were moving. Unfortunately, they couldn't take her. So she's not here because she's a bad dog. She's here because her owners just had to leave her behind. And she is a sweetheart. She is the epitome of wiggle butt. She likes to wag her tail 100 miles an hour. She loves people. She loves other dogs. She is a really good girl. She walks very well on the leash. You can walk her on a loose leash. She is a little stronger than she looks, and she wants to be with everybody. She loves being with people. She's a great pit bull, so you do really need to know what you're doing with her. We would like someone to adopt her that has a nice fenced-in yard, maybe kids 10 and older, simply because she is so strong. But she's a great dog. Her only problem is that she doesn't like to be left alone. So she needs a little positive reinforcement, some training, a lot of reassurance, but she loves being with people. If you're someone who's home a lot, this is a great dog for you. She's wonderful, she's active, she loves to play, and she wants you to come down to the Montgomery County Humane Society on Rothgeb Drive in Rockville and meet her. Her name is Emmy, and she definitely wants to go home with you.
Students from Argyle Middle School in Silver Spring got to show council members what they know about robotics when they brought their very own R2-D2s to this week's council meeting.
Today we're showcasing our best and brightest students who have excelled in robotic engineering. At Argyle, they expose students to the field of technology by offering courses in robotics while also giving students hands-on experience in the field of engineering.
Their creativity is what really won. This is the Firebot, and what it's designed to do is once you light a flame, it senses the flame, a candle, it senses the fire, then bingo. Nice, right?
And congratulations to our very own Barbara Grumbaum on her Emmy win for Life in a War Zone, Montgomery County during the Civil War. The win was in the historical documentary category, and she shares the honor with fellow County Report This Week staffers Joseph Thompson and Francine Wyron. Barbara is best known for her Civil War moments that she produces bi-monthly for County Report This Week. You can see Life in a War Zone on CCM beginning Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Well, that wraps up this edition of County Report This Week. Be sure to tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. And if you are social networking, you can like us on Facebook. I'm Susan Kennedy. Have a great week.